Hey guys, it's Gizmo time, and welcome to our Let's Play of Warhammer 40K Mechanicus.
I understood the weakness of my flesh. It disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh, as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude biomass that you call the temple will wither, and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved. For the machine is immortal. Even in death, I serve the Omnisire.
Alright guys, so the Mechanicus, just for a little bit of backstory, they're humans that have like enhanced themselves with machines, right? So they're pretty much like cyborgs, but not like cyborgs that you know I would think about. They're more machine than human, most of them, but they do still contain some human parts of them. So I've actually played through this, and I beat the game on accident without even realizing it. I didn't know what you were meant to be doing the first time through, so we're going to go ahead and make a new game, and I'm going to do it on hard mode just because it was pretty easy for me the first time. Skip the tutorial if you guys want to do it, just play through it yourselves. But I am going to explain things as we go, so it'll be kind of like a tutorial for this first go through. Alright, so here you have your ship, right? You've got three different things. You've got all of the tech that you've unlocked throughout the game. You've got your missions, and each one of these people will eventually give you a mission. You can see it says new deployment available, and then you have cohort. So the cohort is where you have all of the units that you've unlocked. So for instance, you've got a servitor level 1, and then we've got the tech priests. So we can have up to 6 tech priests, and these are all the different units that we can get. So if I go into one of my tech priests, it has different upgrades and different weapons that I can give it. So I'm going to go ahead and make this guy a ranged person, because I've played through this before and I know what I want to make each person into. So this guy's going to be ranged. So what we're going to do is click on upgrades, and you have 7 different paths. So the different paths are basically just like different abilities that you can get, and different like support stuff and things like that. So the first thing that we want is +4 range for ranged weapons. That's going to help us quite a bit. So whenever you unlock something, you see these little wrench icons. That is how many augment slots you need. So each one of these gives you a wrench icon, and once you have the appropriate number of wrench icons, you can equip them with a weapon. So this guy now has 2 weapons, and let's go ahead to the next tech priest. He's going to be our melee character, so we're going to give him a melee weapon, and then this is also melee as well. This is a single target melee attack, and upon hitting target, it turns into a cone area attack. So each of those gears in the top right are called cognition cost, and cognition is kind of like a daily turn, or not daily, but a turn-based resource that you get when you're in battles, and it's actually quite useful. So in order to equip this, I'm going to have to upgrade him again. This guy is actually going to be, we're going to reveal statistics within melee range. So revealing statistics is really nice because it allows you to see enemies' health, how much damage you do to them, and things like that. Alright, so now we've got him upgraded, and we've got both of our units kind of flushed out. So I definitely start with 1 ranged and 1 melee, and that's just my preference. So we're going to go right into missions. So if we click on this guy, we can see exactly what we need to do. Right, so these are different sectors. We've only discovered 2 of the 6. We have to kill all the bosses from each sector, and that's how you win the game. Kill every boss from every sector, game's won. So our first quests, these 2 guys give us the quests. So if we look, we've got easy, and these are the bad guys that we're going to find. Again, bad guys that we'll find. So if you read, you can read what the different weapons do. Excuse me. I don't really want I think I'm going to go with this guy. Just because of this weapon right here. So, go ahead. And so one of the things that I had an issue with when I first played is I thought that, you know, because if you click on this guy, you can only put one of them in at a time. So I thought that was the same for the servitor. You could only have one. But if I continuously click servitors, I can have a full army of them. So don't shortchange yourself with those. Check Acquisitor Scovola. I asked you on this mission because of your experience with surveying alien artifacts and organisms. And so the heretics of Stygus 8 can plunder this world for its secrets. Your assertion equals false. If object concerns offense, go to different mission. And leave you free to do as you will. A dereliction of logic, Scovola. Terrans 16.4. Watch your brother, for his sin of heresy is thy sin of tolerance. Silva Tenebris evaluation commences. Wonders, opportunists, secrets. Rare chance for discovery / intelligence on Xenos. Must not fail to exploit. The logic of your enthusiasm eludes me, Tech Inquisitor. My emotional calls return only peril to our mission personnel and the threat of the awakening Xenos. Therefore, I am on this mission. My role equals gather intelligence, seek truth, return to human comprehension. Dictates of Mars retrieval, gather knowledge for the good of all. And how are you to go about that, Scovola? Field operations in person equals suboptimal. Studying tech priests instead equals optimal. First objective, gather field specimens for study. Location, home of Acropis. Commence immediately. My talents equals dissection after the fact. I leave the location identification / execution to your tech priests, Magos. I trust this will be worth the effort, Scovola. These are no mere labor servitors we're risking in these tombs. These are men and women, fellow devotees of the cult Mechanicus. Agreed, Mag. Valid point raised. Ensure human corpses are returned as well. Opportunity to study the effect of Necron technology on human flesh. Okay, so when you're in this kind of place, there's different paths that you can take to the final objective. The final objective is marked by this glowing yellow diamond. Right? And then each of these green things are rune rooms. So rooms that have runes in them. And then these are like event rooms. So it's like a room where something special happens. So if we go ahead and go in one. Alright. Acquire at all costs. Okay. One of the Necron war forms remains after the rest of the fallen constructs teleport away. It fades in and out of reality as if about to disappear. Alright. So, we can do one of three things. We can execute. The Necron may not be deactivated. Ensure it is destroyed. Extrapolate. Take targeted sensor readings of the Necron as it phases out. Or extract. Grab the Necron for transport back to the Caustus Metallicon. So, the problem with choosing one is that something happens every time you choose one. And it could be good. It could be bad. So, the way you play is kind of just, you know, what you choose is dependent upon the way you play. I'm going to choose extrapolate. Alright, let's see. Error 4 data does not conform to reality. No reality correction required. Fascinating. So the cohort's auspexes detect various exotic particles and radiation types as the Necron's phasing out process is eventually completed. So if I chose something else, I could have been damaged, I could have lost units, I could have gotten other things. So like you could get good things from it. You're never really going to know. Because it's all kind of random. Self-preservation versus curiosity. Conflict unresolved. Desirous of knowing what purpose serves. The chamber head is lined with glowing green cylinders, each pulsing with power. The air is thick and greasy, and arcs of static electricity leap from the cohort's extremities as they approach. This chamber is almost certainly extremely dangerous, but it is the only way. It is the only way forward. I messed that one up. All right, we could study, try to understand the purpose of this Necron technology, shut down. Or slow and steady. Move through the chamber with extreme caution, carefully monitoring your energy levels. So, I'm going to say slow and steady through this. Alright, so this gave us something bad. Right, the cohort succeeds in negotiating the chamber without harm. Doing so takes rather longer than mission parameters allow. Shortly after exiting the chamber, they begin to exhibit severe rashes, shivers, weeping sores, and unnatural expectorations, which hinder their combat effectiveness. So technically, that was something bad, and I could have chosen something else and gotten something better, so. But, oh well, we chose what we chose, and we got what we got. So that the Tombs Awake level is kind of like, you know, different things happen. So this means that we're spotted, which means enemies are going to come after us. There's going to be more enemies. The next level, I believe, is even more enemies will come after us. Third level, if I remember correctly, is the Necrons will reanimate 1 turn faster, and then the next level is that even more enemies come. I could have made a shorter path to our objective, but I wouldn't have gotten as many things. Getting Blackstone is what I'm after, because that allows us to do upgrades and stuff. So you can go right to it and it'll give you less awake level, but I'd like to go through the rooms and grab as much Blackstone and stuff as possible. So glyphs give you a choice. It doesn't give you any backstory, it doesn't give you any kind of like, you just have to choose one of these. So this panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room, behind which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, then we can reap the rewards within, and we just have to choose one of these. There's no hint, nothing like that, you just have to simply guess. And we didn't, we guessed wrong. A container of some sort that seemingly has raw binary sitting within, clearly is of Xenos origin. Sparks of data leak through the age sealant used to contain this treasure within. And we get damaged from it. We've gotten kind of unlucky with this one. A single port designed for a Necron canoptic creature extrudes from this device. Go with that one. There we go, and we got Blackstone from it, so useful. Yeah, the first level is that the Necrons spot us. The second level, which we're about to get, every time you move, you get 2 points added on. Tomes possess autonomous repair, defense, maintenance capabilities. Are the study equals yes. Have some collected for me. This chamber head has suffered damage from shifting of the landscape above. Several dozen tiny beetle-shaped constructs are scurrying about industriously to repair the damage. So we can attempt to collect several of the scarabs. It is how they act as a group that the greatest insights will be formed. We're going to collect a couple of scarabs, or we can just ignore them. I'm going to go with Acquire, not Acquire Plus. Governing intelligence and controlling these scarabs. Fascinating, deeply trouble, fascinating. So we get more CP from that. The cohort snatch up a pair of scarabs, placing them in specimen vaults for later study. The other scarabs, evidently reacting to the loss of some of their number, rapidly redeploy across the chamber to maintain maximum efficiency in their work. This shows a great deal of coordination among the tiny constructs. So I didn't choose Acquire Plus because the way those scarabs work, if you know some of the back lore, you can kind of guess which one's correct, is the scarabs work better in group. So if I acquire too many of them, they might try to attack us and see it as a threat, but if I acquire just some of them, they might not. That's why I wanted to just acquire instead of plus. Alright, now onto the mission chamber. Here we go. First battle of this series. Xenos form detected. Confirmed. Redditus cogitators now function for synthetic forms. Overwhelming excitement. Finally, we can study this standard construct. Necron warrior. Weak spots detected. None. Equals concerning. I wonder about the symbols emblazoned on their torsos. It must... Do not underestimate. Class weaponry, highly volatile. This is true. I've heard our brothers and sisters, the Mechanicus, have lost their lives trying to solve the mysteries of these Xenos weapons. Approach with caution. It is also, double-checking cogitators, widely known that they will self-repair, reanimate, or reconstruct themselves, if left the time to do so. Wounds that would instantly kill Skitarii are the equivalent to a Class C graze to Necrons. Alright, so if you guys know any backstory about kind of, you know, Warhammer 40K or Necrons, Necrons can reanimate. And in this game, once you kill them, they're given a certain amount of time before they actually do reanimate. It's 3 turns unless you have one of the awaken levels, and then it's 2 turns, and then there's another awaken level that makes it 1 turn. If you hit them while they're reanimating, they will instantly die. So, as you see, we've got 4 cognition points, so we can actually place down all the servitors. So the servitors you can get all the time. So like, preset amount that you have. Just if you run out of a servitor, the next mission you go on, you can get one. So the reason that I take my early levels and I explore everything is because if you see there's only 2 bad guys, that's all we have to kill. So that makes it pretty simple. So I like to take my time in the beginning levels because it'll give you more Blackstone, which means you can level up faster for the later levels where there's going to be more enemies. So make sure that you're kind of like always exploring. Oh, I can't get over there. I used all my cognition. So if I actually go over here and grab a cognition point, cognition's also used for turns. You can see that now I can move a bit more, but we're gonna move him here. Actually, let's move this guy right back here. You can see if you look at this guy when I move him, if I go back here, the weapons don't appear, which means I can't shoot him. But if I go over here, weapons appear, which means I can shoot him. Go right there and go ahead and shoot him. So, okay, another thing you'll notice is that if I grab a gun and I like hover over them, their health bar isn't seen, right? So I can't see their health bar. I can see his, but I can't see his. This weapon, all of their statistics aren't seen to you in the very beginning. They're all hidden. So, but this weapon reveals target statistics. So every time I hit somebody with it, I will be able to see what they have. As you can see, this guy has 10 health and 2 energy armor. So I only do 1 to 2 energy damage, which means he blocks everything that I'm throwing at him. But there's also something called Machine Spirit. And every time I use a weapon, excuse me, the Machine Spirit increases by 1. The bar down here below the weapon shows you how much Machine Spirit you need to activate it. Each of these weapons only needs 1. So if I shoot once, I'll activate the Machine Spirit, which gives me more damage for the next turn when I shoot. So that is what I'm attempting to do. The Servo Skull can collect a cognition point or reveal enemy statistics. We're going to go ahead and reveal statistics. So this guy has 11 health, but that too is physical armor. So that means that this guy can actually shoot him with his weapons. We're going to move over here. It says scan. If we scan these, it actually gives us Blackstone. Then we actually destroy these. It gives us, so let's go ahead and use the Servo Skull, grab the cognition point. If I destroy this thing right here, what I can do is, I'm not going to destroy it this turn, but next turn I will. But if you destroy these, it gets rid of 2 Tome Awake level. And that's super useful. So we're going to end the turn for this guy. We're going to move these servitors forward. The cool thing about the servitors is every time one of these guys gets attacked, they give you cognition points. So you watch when this guy shoots a servitor. Oh, no, my servitors get to go first. Okay. Ooh. But if you read right here, it says collect 1 cognition point when hit by an enemy. So that'll be super useful when trying to collect cognition point. The cognition points, again, are used for movement, they're used for attack, they're used for pretty much everything, so they're really, really valuable. Can't hit him. We're going to move this guy over here, just so I can hit that guy with my weapons. Because he only has physical armor, but he doesn't have energy armor. I'll be able to do a good amount of damage to him. There we go. Alright, and then... So canticles are like one-time use scrolls, essentially. We get more later on, but right now we just have restore 5 HP on the active unit. We're going to end the turn of this guy. We are going to delay... Yeah, we're going to delay this guy's turn, and we're going to move the servitors forward. And the reason that I delayed his turn is because when these servitors get attacked, they're going to give us cognition points, which means that this guy is going to be able to move farther. So I'm hoping one of these servitors dies, to be honest. So he got damaged, but he gives us a cognition point. Yeah, none of these guys are going to die. That's fine. And this guy will be able to move. But I wanted them to get cognition points, so that way next turn I can move this guy into... So now they reanimate 1 turn faster. So if I take... Yeah, there's Canoptic Scarabs. So these Scarabs can actually heal. What are those? Opportunity equals knowledge. Gather. Must obtain. Required. Scarabs detected. Data source surfacing. No life forms detected. Area safe. Continue forward. Creditus. Verify your coagitators. Cogitators. Then tell me what surfaced from Agos Reshak's cogitators. Scarabs of an unknown Xenos race. Biology, synthetic. Possible artificial intelligence. Once specimens gathered, AI theory equals false. Personal recording. Weeks of study show there are many variants of Scarab, each their own roles within the Xenos economy and architecture. Able to build and deconstruct anything they encounter. Able to repair other units within their species with lightning speed. He warned they are deadly in large swarms. It appears the machine spirit is with us. We've been able to access some more of Reshek's data that we thought was corrupt. It must be due to us recording these Xenos forms that the spirit machine has blessed us with access to these coagitators. Cogitator. I don't actually know how to pronounce that word. Cogitator? I think it's Cogitator records. It's unsure why he would lock this under a synthetic proximity encryption. So yeah, basically they just heal people, and they do damage, but not very much. So let's delay his turn, and then move this guy. Yeah, so attacks of opportunity are what they sound like. If you guys have played any other game, it's just an attack of opportunity. Which means that if you get close enough to somebody, and you get melee range, and then you move out of melee range, they can attack you. So if you see these guys are going to heal him, 2 health repaired. Right, this guy can then shoot. So I just did 1 extra health damage to him. Let's go ahead and grab a cognition point. Alright, and then end his turn. Now this guy can move, but I can't get anything. So we're just going to go ahead and grab a cognition point real quick. Just to make it so we have a max. And then we'll end his turn. Oh, I forgot. Shoot. I didn't mean to end his turn. I forgot that if you use your servo skull, you can't... You end the turn. But what I should have done is waited his turn. And then... Oh, I did that wrong. Oh well. Let's move him here. Right, so then I can attack him, and I'm in a attack of opportunity spot. So yeah, damage absorbed because he, if you remember, he actually has armor on. So, but the more people that I get inside of melee range, the more attacks of opportunity I get, which means the more damage I do, I essentially get another attack turn. Got 2 guys on him, 1 guy on him, so see, opportunity attack, 3 damage. If I remember correctly, in what it seems like, opportunity attacks tend to ignore armor. So, now it's all their turns. Alright, I did enough damage to him that he's downed. Though he's not dead. Because of the reanimation protocols that they have, he can technically come back to life. If I get all of my guys up here, I'm going to use my servitors to basically heal everything up here, for the most part. He's going to get healed. Yep, 2 repaired. And then I should be able to kill him with this guy. Should be able to. Oh, 1 more shot. I should do it. Yep. Then end his turn. This guy... I think this will be handled by my servitors and this guy. So we're going to use him to go melee attack this guy. So, I have 2 options. I can use the Arc Scourge or I can use the Power Axe. So this guy, we're in melee range. He has 9 health. So if I use this, I could do 5 to 7 damage. And then on the next turn, when I get my attack of opportunity, because these guys are melee, or they're ranged, sorry. And the fun fact is, if a melee character is, or if a ranged character is in melee range, I can't speak correctly. If a ranged character is in melee range, they can't use their ranged weapon. So those ranged guys will always try to move away to use their weapon. So you know, right off the bat, that he's going to try to move away, and I'm going to get an attack of opportunity on him. Which means I'll probably be able to kill him. If we watch, he's going to try to move away, I'll get the attack of opportunity, and boom, he's dead. So another fun fact, if you get a critical on a guy and it kills him, he no longer gets to reanimate. That is it. He's just dead. So getting a critical on somebody is very worthwhile. Alright. Hopefully we can end it this turn. If there's a guy that's down, but he's the last guy, then the game just ends. Wow, he has 1 health left? Okay. That's unfortunate. Alright. This guy's done killing. He's just going to walk back up here. And the great thing is if you have cognition points, you can continuously move. So I can move all the way up here. And actually, we're going to go ahead. I'll grab a cognition point from him. And we're going to use the machine spirit. And that'll pretty much decimate both of them. There we go. So they're both dead. Circumstances evaluation. Confirmed disappointing. Necrons employ teleportation technology to achieve post-destruction discooperation. Interrogative. Where do the remains go? Fascination intensify. Upon destruction, the Necron constructs vanish, leaving no samples to be collected. We can archive, analyze, or abandon. So archive, we can take pick grabs of the damage from Necron weapons. At least this information will be of use. You can thoroughly search the chamber for any components that might have been missed by the teleportation effect, or you can just move on, hoping the next combat will yield you samples. I'm gonna go ahead and analyze. There we go. So the cohort is slowed down by the search, giving the enemy the chance to respond to the location. However, they uncover several samples of technology of uncertain purpose that might contain valuable materials. So he's got an arc pistol, single target range attack. Upon hitting targets, turns into a cone area attack. Deals 1 to 2 damage to target, and then deals 1 energy damage to chain targets. So that's pretty good. And that's the end of the mission. The cohort returns from the tome, frustrated by the lack of physical samples of Necron constructs. However, the data they have gathered on the phasing out of Necron remain illuminating in itself. Valuable data present, past. Totality of human knowledge increased. Mission conclusion positive. I cannot say I support your conclusions, Cavola. Beneficial conclusion. Itemization follows. Itemization, sorry. Beneficial conclusion itemization follows. Necron discorporation witnessed. Enemy constructs destroyed is less than 0. Necron combat performance evaluated. Chances of functioning Necron available for dissection increased. My emotional cores are returning sensations of frustration and resentment, and I choose to acknowledge them. The lives of my tech priests are not there to be risked for the fulfillment of your desires, tech. They are there to be risked for the acquisition of intelligence, learning, sacred knowledge. Your understanding equals approval. So now on the after screen, we can see that whenever we get damaged, we lose Blackstone, because basically we have to repair them. But getting kills gives us Blackstone as well. And then we acquired some stuff. So that's pretty good. And it just gives you stats. So we've got a good enough amount of Blackstone. 311. And then we get a new canticle. So you get canticles for doing certain things, like complete one mission without using a canticle. Alright. So now we can go into the next room and upgrade one of our guys. I'm gonna say this guy. Let's go ahead and give him area damage attack. Alright. And then if we upgrade him, let's go ahead and give him enhanced analytics. Basically, we generate 1 cognition point at the beginning of the unit's turn if the gauge is empty. Actually, we're gonna give that to our melee character. And that's because the melee character actually has a weapon that uses cognition points, so it would be a lot more useful on him than it would be on the other guy. Let's go ahead and upgrade him again. Let's see. I want to get to movement speed, so we're going to go through this and get him a piece of gear. So each one of these slots is a piece of gear. And let's see. HP max, +2 to HP max in movement speed, 3 to HP in physical armor or physical damage. We're going to go ahead and give him movement speed, just because having movement speed on a melee character is super useful. Alright, so now that we've got him upgraded and we've got another weapon on the other guy, go ahead. Ooh, cognition gauge max sized increase. We definitely want to do this. So this is a couple more, you know, Necron Destroyers, Necron Warrior, and Flayed One. This is going to be a bit more of an intense mission, but I think we can do it. Reports received from Subdomina Kepra. Synopsis follows. Heavy resistance, minimal gains, mounting casualties. Confirm? Yes or no? Correct. There have been setbacks. Our troops have encountered a new Necron war form. Reaction equals delight. Pray, take Acquisitor. Enemy warform, provision designation destroyer. Anti-grav technology confirmed. Explorator request file accessed. Anti-gravitational technology is an area Stygus 8 Magos have requested as a high priority. Study of provisional designation destroyer desirable, necessary, sacred duty. And you would be famed throughout Stygus 8 for exploiting this technology. Statement, agreement, commence deployment immediately. A concentration of Necron destroyers playing merry hell with our Skitarii units in the form of Acropis. They are highly mobile and heavily armed weapons platforms, making them on as dangerous in the extreme. Reason to observe them. Our troops possessing such technology extrapolated to conclusion greatly increased battlefield effectiveness. I was raised to see that as dangerous thinking, Meg. But such piety aside for now, Subdomina, is the cohort ready to advance? They are. I've plotted the likely location of the destroyer units. They are somewhere within this complex. The fortune of Mars be with you. Alright. So, let's go ahead and explore a good number of rooms. I think if we do this path down here and up here, we're going to miss out on one room, but that's okay. Actually, if I go down here and up and around, I should be fine. Alright, let's do that. Again, these missions tend to be pretty easy, so I'm going to try to explore as much as I can. Direct quest, bring it to me. Right. Cohort finds a sarcophagus containing a Necron destroyer that seems inert. It may have malfunctioned and failed to respond to the Tomb Awakening probe. Begin make the sarcophagus, location for Skitarii units to retrieve what they can. Crash it, destroy the sarcophagus, it will be one fewer Necron to fight, or open the sarcophagus and try to retrieve the destroyer inside. If we open the sarcophagus, there might be issues with like our units being damaged and stuff, because if we open it, the destroyer could come alive, or like the sarcophagus could be booby trapped, so I'm going to go ahead and tag it for later retrieval. A nearby Skitarii unit enters the chamber later, but they are unable to open the sarcophagus safely. Instead, they take pig grabs and samples that help describe the Necron mechanisms. Yeah, if like we had done that ourselves, we might have been damaged, because they couldn't open it safely, and we would have forced it. Transmission origin equals Necron, Xenos language study opportunity. Study. Hark not to the aliens' words, lest ye unknowingly repeat them. True when Archmagus Venertus Halon wrote it. Magos, true today. This chamber is bathed in a constant data flow transmitted by the Tomb's awakening protocols. This transmission must be of Necron origin. We can delegate, relay the transmission to the Castus Metallican. I'm having struggle with words. For translation, block out the transmission from squad communications and pay it no more mind, or attempt to decode the transmission locally with the cohort's internal cogitators. So one of the issues is that with these signals, they could be things that like demoralize your units. So it could be like, we are the best, Necrons are the greatest, you shall not be able to kill us, we have lived for thousands of years and will live thousands more, like things like that. And it'll demoralize your troops and it's bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and dismiss it. I'm gonna block out the transmission. So my squad doesn't get like overwhelmed. The cohort's comm units are recalibrated to cut out this transition. However, this creates a howl of feedback that alerts nearby Necron units to their presence, which doesn't actually do anything. So it just gave me CP, so I've got max CP. So our presence has been detected. That's fine. The lies of logic saints, Psalm 16. Even in death, our duty is not complete. Mortally wounded Skatari lies on the floor of the torso laid open by Ghostfire, who was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind when he came back. It is likely this Skatari were attacked by Necron destroyers. This Skatari might have witnessed their tactics up close. Again, his body could be booby trapped. So, I'm not going to administer medical assistance. Let's go ahead, because if we download, there could be a virus in him. So let's... Oh man, none of these choices are good. It's like he could have a virus, or he could go mad, or... I guess we'll administer medical treatment? Yeah, no. So the trooper is badly hurt. Quick and dedicated medical intervention by the court's tech priest stabilizes his vital signs, though he can yield no intelligence for now. He eventually fight again. The court has lost precious time intervening, but are provided with a rare tempo of survival against the odds. Not really anything that was worth it. Oh well. Alright. Glyph time. This panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room behind, which is filled with cognition. If we can work out the right commands, you guys have heard this before. Nope. You get hurt instead. I just picked the wrong one. Oh. Alright. Yeah, Necron Awakening, extra Necrons in battle, that's fine. This area of the Tome of Ekropis is covered in hieroglyphics, interspersed with depictions of constructs, most often engaged in war. The images resemble the Necron destroyers with the walls. The worldview, search the pictograph for evidence of Necron philosophy, belief surrounding the destroyers, examine the pictographs for any suggestions of weaknesses in the destroyer war forms, or examine the pictographs for evidence of destroyer battle, tactics, and weaponry. I think we're going to go with that one. Yep. Destroyers are evidently highly mobile strike units employed in open battle to eliminate previously pinned down by the more numerous Necron warriors. While this is a logical use for the destroyers, it also confirms they are a major part of the Necron's battle strategies, and that understanding them further would be of great benefit when battling these Xenos. So, more Blackstone, which is always a good thing for us to get. Lift time. A single port designed for Necron canoptic creature extrudes from this device. Let's go with this glyph. Oh, and Blackstone. Yay, Blackstone. Necrons are in it 1 turn faster, that's fine. Mission relevant opportunity. Combat data on provisional designation destroyers. Acquire. Ignore. This chamber is the site of a skirmish between a unit of Skatari and the Necron destroyers. A few corpses, badly mauled by Ghostfire, lie around a hurriedly erected black weave barricade. Procure. We could search the Fallen for useful supplies. We could peruse, examine the marks of weapon fire and other evidence for information on the Necron destroyers' combat tactics, or pray. Say prayer for the Fallen, marking the joining of their intelligences with Machine God. I'm gonna procure. Aha! Rummaging through the corpses is a grim and demoralizing business, though useful supplies and ammunition are recovered from the corpses in surrounding area. The cohort do not relish this act of battlefield scavenging. So we just got this. Become the priority target of enemies in range and gain +1 physical armor and +1 enemy armor round. Basically, if you just want to be a tank and soak up damage. Right. Lift time. A single port designed for a Necron canoptic creature. I believe it's that port. Now onto the final firefight, and they get to the 4th level, which is extra Necrons in battle. So, but having extra Necrons in battle is kind of useful for the simple fact that it gives us more Blackstone. As long as we can beat them, it's useful. So, most interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Logging data. Centurion form. Gravity defying. Xenos so that they are more alien than we originally thought. Text of the oiled cog. Version 12 states, one converge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity, or be lost to the men of iron in their ways. I do not mean to diverge from discussion, but what are these iron? Unclear. This text was logged many millennia ago. There's no other reference to them in my cogitator. Keep focused, brothers. We have a new enemy afoot, and we must ensure they do not surprise us with new trickeries. Be alert and focus. So we've got, 2 sets of extra Necrons. So what we're going to see is that this will give us a Necron unit, this will give us a Necron unit, this will give us a Necron unit, and that will give us a Necron. So we'll basically just have 4 other Necrons that we have to deal with, and then maybe some other bad guys as well. I do have enough points to place everybody, so let's go ahead and do that. And actually, I want I can get this guy. This is my melee character. Yep, right there. Nope. Put him over here. Guy here. Alright. Start the battle. So yeah, we're gonna find that there's other bad guys coming in. But one thing we really want to do is get into melee range with this guy as soon as possible. Because he is, as you can see, a ranged character. Which means he's not going to be as strong in melee. Maybe some of our people will be. So I have this guy set up with the if you don't have cognition, the cognition points thing. So we're going to let our basic units take the brunt of his damage for the first round. Again, these guys give you cognition points if they're damaged, plus they're reusable. So it's much better for them to take the damage than it is for our other guys to take the damage. And he's going to come in the back because he's our ranged guy. Main thing, as I said, is once that guy comes around the corner, you want to surround him with a bunch of melee characters. Basically make it so he can't move. Alright, so it's gonna be their turn. This guy gets to move. Oh. Yep, here we go. Cool. So this guy's gonna move and he's gonna fire on one of our guys. Which is fine, because he's gonna die, but he gives us a cognition point and it's one of our basic units. But now, we can get everybody into range. And just go ahead and whack on him. Right. This guy's our melee character. Yep. So we're gonna get him back here. So this guy's 20 health, which is quite a lot. But he has no armor, so he's going to be semi-easy to kill. And unfortunately, I can't use this guy. But I do need to scan this. I don't need to, but I want to. This guy shouldn't be able to move. Which we pretty much have him stuck in melee range. Great for us. Horrible for him. So I really want to scan that. So we're just going to go ahead and bring this guy. Because that guy's pretty much taken care of. I mean, he's pretty much screwed, to be honest. We're going to bring this guy around and hopefully scan that thing. Yeah, so he's trying to move, but we get all these opportunity attacks just because we have our guys surrounded. And he's already dead. I mean, that's honestly one of the easiest fights I think I'll ever have for a while. So, that's why I explored the entire map, because I knew I'd have this ability. I knew this was going to be an easy fight. So once you played the game once, you kind of get how the early missions work. And once you know the early missions, you're pretty much set. Alright. We do have some Necron warriors, though, that we have to worry about. Alright. This guy's not completely dead yet, so let's go ahead and kill him. Actually, bring this guy up here. It's because he does have the Machine Spirit, which is +3 damage, so... Go ahead and use that on him. This guy can come around. This guy can attack. Just to kill this guy off, make sure he's actually dead. And then we'll move this guy into range and use this weapon, because this weapon's Machine Spirit is no cognition points cost to use after it's been used once. Boom. He's dead. Very dead. Right, and then we can move him right here. Give him the attack of opportunity on that guy. Go ahead and grab a cognition point. Make sure you're always using your skull, because you can always grab a cognition point with it, even if you're not doing anything else useful with it. Alright, and then this guy's turn. Yeah, he's gonna go over there. He's gonna shoot my main guy, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. This guy's gonna try to move, but attacks of opportunity are going to destroy him. Yep. Alright, then this guy I can take over to scan. And that'll give us some blackstone, which we desperately need. And let's just go ahead and kill this guy. Or at least hit him. We're not going to kill him this turn. But we'll do some good damage. Hopefully, unless he's got armor. He does, he actually has armor, so we're not going to do that much damage here. We'll just end the turn. New round. Synoptic Scarabs, that's fine. Oh, and another Necron Warrior. I was not expecting that. Alright. Get our guys down there. And this guy comes up. Alright, and then you can go over here. Yeah, and we'll destroy his armor and do a good bit of damage to him. Critical, 5 damage, very nice. Turn for him. Bring this guy forward. Actually, let's bring this guy over here. Just to help out with the other... Oh no, I should have attacked that guy. Whoops. Did not think about that. Unfortunate. Oh, he didn't die? Oh, he's got like 1 health left, I bet. So yeah, both my guys are gonna get damaged. Damn. And yeah, that guy has 1 health left. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. So the damage numbers that you see take into account the fact that they have armor. When you see 0 to 1, that's how much you're gonna do after the armor's taken into account. Really not much. Let's use that on this guy. There we go. Now he's gone. We don't have to worry about him reanimating. Now, and get the hell away, because we don't want him dying or taking too much damage, because that makes us lose Blackstone, which is super useful. Now let's get him in the way so he can't be seen. There's line of sight in this game, so if there's something tall in the way, you can't get hit. Alright. I can come over here. Alright. Turn. Turn. Yeah, acid is DOT. A plus cognition. Awesome. And let's go ahead and grab another cognition point. So what we want this guy to do is kind of make it over to here as soon as possible. Alright. I'm going to use a canticle on him just so I can heal him back to full health. But he'll be 1 health away from full. Not too bad. Then, back him. 3 damage. If I do 4 damage when he tries to move away, I will kill him. I'm definitely going to kill him now because 2 attacks of opportunity. Definitely going to kill him. This guy's going to die from an attack of opportunity. This guy's going to die from an attack of opportunity. And... don't tell me there's more Canoptic Scarabs. Oh no, next turn that will be. Okay. Alright, so everyone's dead. Means we've killed everyone. That's the end of the mission. At the end of our mission, any cognition points that are on the field, you actually acquire. So. But that was the last mission, so. Mission complete. The cohort withdraws from the tomb, having experienced the prowess of destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Adeptus Mechanicus have learned of the stark danger these Necron warforms pose. Right. Anti-gravity comprehension index plus 3.9%. Projected beneficiary equals IG. Error Adeptus Mechanicus. I'm focused on matters much closer in space and time. Retrieving Tech Acquisitor's statement of purpose. To perceive the grand picture, to strive to acquire and understand for the benefit of all mankind. Be that as it may, I am more interested in how your studies will help our mission on Silva Tenebris. Trust in the scientific method, Magos. Alright. So that guy that was talking is kind of like a very sciencey person, you can't tell. And the other guy is kind of like the all-around. We killed a bunch of troops. So we get some Blackstone from that. We made back, so 50, yeah, we made back what we had put in, lost. We get some Blackstone, and we found some Blackstone. We also have a Cognition Gauge max size increased by 1, and Sanctus Canister. So unit gains +2 damage, 3 movement speed, and 10% critical chance until its next base attack. Right. Let's go to the cohort, and let's upgrade our melee character. Right, get him movement speed, because that's super useful. Then we'll get him a Sanctus Canister. Right. Upgrade him again, and restore 1 HP at the beginning of this unit's turn. Again, also very useful. So that guy's upgraded. I haven't done much on my ranged character, and he kind of goes into the back. So if you go to the Canticles, this is the tech section. Go to Canticles, and you can see exactly what you need in order to unlock Canticles. Activate the Machine Spirit 20 times. This one's a question mark. I think this is unlock all the Canticles. I'm not quite sure. But each of these videos is going to be about 45 to an hour long. We've hit the 50-minute mark. So we're going to end it here. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I'm going to be coming out with more videos. They'll be coming out every Tuesday or every Thursday. I haven't decided yet. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, go and give it a thumbs up, give it a like. If you guys didn't, give it a dislike. Let me know. If you don't like the series, you don't like the game, let me know as well in the comments. Go and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. And I hope you guys have a good one. Remember, it's always Gizmo time.